I just want to rant. I just want to rant real quick and say how the Memphis Grizzlies tried to throw everything on Dylan Brooks like it was them, and now we
Well, we
see.
were going to save that for the end, sir. So now we're starting
Already
to talk.
recording now. Might as well start
Well,
now.
nah, no, it ain't much. I just want to know. Don't y'all think that's interesting?
Well, ladies and
That they got.
gentlemen.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go on. No, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Original Sports Podcast. I'm your host, one of your hosts, Big Mike. Smooth is here. NFL Girls here. VO is here. The Originals are here this Sunday. We probably have some special guests next week or the week after, but right now, just us four. You're stuck with us four. Welcome. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Check us out. We post stories and shit every week. So if y'all want to check in, tap in. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to check out the podcast because it's awesome. So we are going to get into it. So we're going to talk about NBA free agency. I think it's ramped up pretty much. So I'm going to throw it to Smooth first. Who are your winners and losers? Because I was watching a little bit of thing on CBS about winners and losers, but I want to see what everyone else thinks, if it's the same or similar or whatever. So what's your take right now on the winners and losers in free agency?
So I would say Denver and Houston really improved their teams. Atlanta did some interesting things as well. But, what Denver did was really put their trust in the Joker, right? And made the trade to get, a better scorer. You got Bruce Brown back. You got Tim Hardaway Jr. You got Cam Johnson with the trade that you made. You saved cap money. And you improved your whole perimeter, which when you have Joker, who's a dual threat that can do everything, you improve your team. Cam Johnson moves better without the ball as well. So Joker is a triple-double. And then you get Bruce Brown, who was a staple when they won the championship. And then you get Tim Hardaway Jr., another shooter. And that's one of the things they was missing when they had that playoff run this year. Then you look at Houston, right? Houston gets KD, number one. Then you get Clint Capella, right? So just getting those guys, right, really improved that team. They were the number 2 seed in the West as a young team. Now you get a closer with KD. You get Clint Capella, and they got another big. I can't think of the name right now, but they got another big as well. So when you look at that, they are really angling for OKC and Denver because those are going to be the competitors, even though the West is going to be really, really hectic next year. Those are going to be the teams they're going to have to face in the playoffs if they stay healthy. When you want to look at the losers, here you go, Lakers, right? So
the fact that you bust out the shirt is amazing. I got to give you
so
beautiful.
Everybody knew that they needed a big. They let all the bigs go off the board. And sure they got one at the end.
They did,
but they needed 2 bigs, right? They could have had Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez went to the Clippers for a low salary because he was unsure of what LeBron was going to do and what LeBron was going to do. And my question is, why are they worried about LeBron? It's Luka team now. Why are you worried about LeBron? You should have came. It was a starting option for you there. But they missed out on Brook Lopez, missed out on Capella, missed out on all the bigs. And they ended up with Ayton, right? Ayton got bought out by Portland. Right? And then now he's on a proven contract with the Lakers. But then they let all these other dudes walk and got a guy from, I believe he was in Minnesota, barely used guy, and that was their first.
Hulu Garza?
No, I think Laviva.
Oh,
some guy you never heard of, right?
Right.
Really an unknown, and that was your first pickup when you are trying to.
Oh, Laravia.
Yeah. That's your first pickup. That's your first pickup. when you're trying to improve the pieces around Luka, right? And yeah, they lost Finley Smith. That's who else went to actual Houston. He went over to Houston as well.
Yeah.
So what's your goal, right? I know Luka's working out, but
he do this every year.
He proved to me that with new ownership, because they got bought out. Most of their percentage got bought out when the ownership. They're telling LeBron, yo, it ain't your team anymore. You can't run anything. We're going to do what we want to do. Step back.
Okay, fair enough.
I respect that. Man, you don't know how many Laker fans want this dude gone, bro.
Yeah, Laker fans just can't wait until he retires.
They want him gone, bro. Like, God, they didn't force Michael out like that. God, no, they want this Laker fan like
Yeah.
They didn't even force Kobe out like that. It's really
it's LeBron.
It's literally LeBron.
They just want
his
him
son
gone.
too. Get his son out of there as well.
Get his son too. You want both of them gone?
Yeah,
man. I kind of have mixed feelings about. I kind of have mixed feelings for him because he was put in a bad situation by his.
He
pops.
really was.
I'm wrong for that, dog. He wrong for that, dog. So I'm kind of pulling for him in a way.
He only averaged 2 points in college, man. Got drafted.
Yeah,
that ain't that bad of a situation. That ain't that bad of a situation.
But yeah, it is, man. Because you only hear, everybody knows why you hear, like, he knows that. I think that's just tough on him, bro. But he did good in the G League though. He got better.
Hey,
you gotta do something where you at. At least he producing where he's at. You know what I'm saying? I give him that much.
All right, fair enough.
It's better than what one of the Mellow boys that went to G League did. So I give him that.
That is fair.
Hey, at least that nigga's healthy.
Yeah.
That's
so NFL girl, what say you? Who do you think are the winners and losers of NBA free agency?
I have to agree. Houston did a phenomenal job on what they were able to do and the players they were able to bring in. They're going to be tough in that division this coming, in the Western Conference next season, because that really, some of the players that they brought in, those are the pieces, like you said, they needed shooters there. That was what, tore them apart towards the end of the season. And in particular, trying to get into the playoffs is that lack of, especially an outside shooter, somebody that can shoot inside, outside. And so I think that was good, getting rid of Dylan Brooks. He's a problem child. Again, I know Vio's going to defend him for, they should have kept him in Memphis, and that's fine. He ain't in Memphis, and he was a problem child for them there in Houston. So, if you can cut him and still bring in or trade him and get in other good players in there, good for them. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Jonas trade there in Denver. I know that there's some talk of him that there's a Greek team that's trying to get hold of him. As of now, Denver's moving forward, trying to still bring Jonas in there. So we'll see if that happens, because they do need, I do agree with what you guys are talking about as far as they do need a backup center there in any time that, you can't depend always on Joker being healthy.
I agree.
You understand? It's a big dude. The bigs always tend to get hurt at some point in the season. So getting Jonas in there would be a help for them, but I don't know, what the Greek team is offering him hella cash. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Oh yeah. And so we'll see Wizards. The only thing I know y'all think I'm playing. I'm so glad they got rid of Jordan Poole. I'm so glad. Y'all know how I personally can't stand that man. I hate that dude like it's personal. I swear to God, I do. So them getting rid of him. Listen, y'all could have cut him. Y'all could have traded him for a bag of apples. I would have been happy. I didn't care. I think they made some tremendous moves. I don't know how well it's going to pan out, but seeing them trying to at least, like I said, they're probably at least a couple of years away from being even mediocre. But the whole point is that they're trying. I see them trying to go younger, which is the opposite of, I'm about to show my age. The Wes Unseld, Abe Poland era was all about bringing in old ass veterans, because it worked for them one time back in 1978 and they won a championship because they brought in old ass veterans. And for one whole season, they was able to win a championship. And for years and years and years, the Bullet/Wizards kept trying to repeat that phenomenon. And so I'm glad that they're finally letting that go, and that they've decided that, yeah, we need to do the opposite. We need to go younger, bring in younger talent, develop them. And I hope that it ends up panning out for them. Now, they're in the Eastern Conference. They're going against teams like the Celtics and the Bucks and teams of that nature. It's not going to be as easy for them to, move on or whatever. But just seeing the ability of them, or especially teams, again, like the Pacers, a way that they stepped up this season, Wizards are going to be a few years away. But just the fact that they made the kind of moves that they made this offseason and in the free agency and even in the draft, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I want to see what they're going to be able to do this season. I would love to see them get above 500. Can we at least not go on 20 and 21 game losing streaks? For the love of Christ, can we please stop doing that? So all I'm asking, I know that's a low bar, But Christ
I
Almighty,
think that's a fair ask. That's not.
we're
That's
not
not
going to. That's what I'm saying. Let me start there. Can we not go on a? Can we get above 500? And can we not go on a 20 and 21 game losing streaks? There's my bar for this coming season for them.
But
What
real
about
quick,
the loser?
What's
NFL
up?
girl. The East is going downhill, right?
It is.
Milwaukee released Dame, right?
Yep.
And they're not going to be like they're going to be. You know, Indiana lost.
Halliburton, yeah.
Lost
Turner.
And Miles Turner, yeah.
Lost their center over to Milwaukee as well. You got Philly, who can't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really going to be an opportunity for your young team to grow on the job and have an opportunity to really make some noise next year.
And you got Cam Whitmore.
And that was a great pickup.
I like that move.
He might
absolutely.
be the star of the team.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm excited for what this team could potentially do this coming season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Whitmore might be the star. He might be the star of the team.
I would hope so. I would give him an opportunity to start.
He wasn't no 26 overall pick. That dude was a top 5 pick. Why he dropped was weird.
We're beyond
that dude, because in all the mock drafts had that nigga in the top team. Had him in the top. Some owner said something bad.
Listen, the Wizards were just as shocked as everybody else that somehow they ended up with him. So I'm not mad at it.
Hey, I like that move actually.
I like Bud Carlington. That's his name, Bud. Bud Carlington. Carrington.
Carrington.
He cold.
Yeah.
He cold.
Yeah, they can make some noise next season, and I'm happy for that because I'm tired of bump every season. You know what I mean? Like,
what about the losers? Who's your loser for this free agency? NFL girl, yeah, pick one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Smooth. It's got to be the Lakers, bro. What did we do?
Are we? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I said it myself. So
it's just like I get that y'all. Do you know that we have 2 alerts already crafted and ready to go? Is he going to opt in or is he going to retire? I hate that we have to do that because it feels like this team is so dependent on what is he going to do, and they're making decisions as far as free agency, as far as draft and everything, on the basis of what well, let's still plan for like he's still going to be here and what's going to happen there or whatever. And literally, Bronny came out like last week and was like, "Yeah, I don't even know what my dad's going to do," which is such a ridiculous place for this team to be in. For them to have and depend on him and what is he going to do to make their decisions. That's not fair. 1, it's not fair to the team. 2, you're making all your draft decisions and free agency decisions based upon one player. That's so stupid.
That's what you get with this nigga though. He do this to every team. Every team.
That's why I told you. Man. He's like
every team.
He's like the
king. I for some reason thought he already opted in. He did.
He
opted in.
Oh, he did opt in. Okay.
He opted in and then Chris. Then his manager said,
trade his ass.
We want to make sure LeBron's in a place to win championship. What does that mean after he opted in?
What does that mean?
Right. Nigga, did you just say ring culture was important? He just said 2 weeks ago ring culture wasn't important. Now this nigga's going to win the chip. What he was, dude. Like, don't even listen to him. Just cut his microphone off.
Why, man. That's why people really don't like LeBron James. His mannerisms, who he is. He's a kid in the neighborhood. I keep saying this, but he's a kid in the neighborhood that when he's outside, he brings all his toys out. Everything is good. But when he don't play, he takes all his toys in the house, and everybody hates him. That's who he is. That's who he is, man. Every time, everywhere he goes is the same thing. It ends the same way.
Said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Take my ball, I'm going home. But I want that. Yep. I already got all these toys, but I want that one.
Yeah. Don't play well with others, man. That guy.
I mean, he was able to bring in the coach he wanted to have in there. Hey, can we bring in my podcast co-host and have him coach a team?
And then they brought your kid on the team. They did all that to get
They drafted your kid in the second round. I'm not saying don't sign him as a free agent.
Right.
But you use draft capital to draft Bron.
I'm out on LeBron James.
He went with the 55th pick. You used a draft pick on him. When he was averaging 2.5 points, he had only played one season. I'm sorry, not even a whole season. He played 5 games in his freshman year because he had the heart condition.
And averaged 2.5 points. How many people get drafted?
I'm sure, and y'all want to know what the crazy part is? I'm sure Bronny wouldn't even care if he stayed in school.
Right.
Because he looked like a chill ass kid. He looked like a chill ass kid.
But I think
bro.
LeBron probably pushed him to go because he was probably like, if you don't go this year, you're probably not going to get drafted.
He probably was cool with staying. He probably was cool. He was with kids his own age. He was chilling.
He was in USC.
He's
in California.
You know what I mean?
He also wasn't fully healthy. Remember, he had the
cardiac arrest.
Yeah. Right. He had the cardiac arrest.
Thinking like, man, I got to sit with all these grown ass niggas.
Right.
And listen to these people talk about me every day that don't even know me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like
gotta listen to Stephen A. talk shit about me.
Yeah.
When this dude ain't sat down and had a conversation with me once. Like, this is what he has to live with. And you're going to have to live in the shadow of your father, where he could have gone on to USC and balled out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him spend a year getting healthy.
I agree.
Because he wasn't fully healthy.
That part.
Let him get a whole year of being fully healthy, see what he actually could have done on the court. Maybe he still would have ended up with the Lakers. Maybe not. Maybe he would have put enough points on the board where he could have gone in the top, in first round at least.
Yeah, I agree.
If I would have wanted to go somewhere else so bad
because you want to play with your son.
If I was him, I would have. Look, I'm sure. I may not be right, but I'm almost positive. I bet you he did not want to go there, man. I bet you that nigga wanted to go somewhere else.
But when their agent is saying don't draft, don't draft.
I know he didn't want to go there.
Like,
if he would have went to another team, he could have realistically played well on the G League team and got moved up and actually got good.
Bingo. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. He could have gone to an East Coast. He could have gone to the Memphis Grizzlies. He could have gone to the Toronto Raptors. He could have, there's so many other teams where he could have gone and been able to prove himself.
Yeah.
I know the only other example I have of father-son is in baseball with Ken Griffey. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He didn't get drafted to his father's team, and he was able to establish his own career.
And then when his dad came after.
Shit, exactly.
That's a damn good example. Look at Scottie Pippen Jr.
And that wasn't
exactly.
They didn't
Scottie Pippen Jr. Yeah.
It just kind of worked out that way. LeBron tried to force that like a bad fart, basically. He's like, I want to play with my son. Like, dude, let it just happen naturally. Right. Instead of trying to force it.
A controller, man. He's a controller.
You try to force it like a bad fart. Like, what are you doing, bro? Just let it happen naturally.
And again, like I said, look at how it worked out for Ken Griffey Jr.
Worked out great.
Ken Griffey Jr. was able to go out there and establish his own career.
And they had history. They made history together.
Bingo.
Two father son hit home run together.
Bingo.
Boom.
But it wasn't talked about.
Right? I know.
Not like this culture now. He talking about it. Plus, Ken Griffey Jr. was amazing though. He was great.
Baller.
But listen to what I'm saying though. He was able to go out there and establish that
himself.
Establish himself. He didn't come in as that's the son of Ken Griffey Sr.
You're right.
It was like, I mean, that was what most people think it was originally. But then he really went out there and established his own name, his own career.
Because he was like the first overall pick, all that type shit.
Yeah. See, that's based on his father's. That's based on his father not putting that out there, right?
Right.
So that has to be some control by the father.
Same thing. And another baseball example, Vladdy Sr. was a fucking phenomenal baseball player. Vladdy Jr. is his own man, but he is a hell of a baseball player for the Blue Jays. You understand what I'm saying? I love Vladdy Jr. But if you ask me about Vladdy Sr. playing back in the day in the 90s,
beast.
Amazing.
Absolute monster. Absolute monster.
That's nice, NFL. You gave Mike a compliment in this team. That's great. That's great.
I ain't giving Mike shit because they just.
He knows I love. He knows I love
Vladdy. First place in the AL East, but we'll talk about that later. We'll get into
that. Tied. Get that shit right.
We're in the lead now. We won yesterday.
That's why she's my sister, right? She's gonna make sure you stay right.
We're in the lead, baby. 51-38.
Man, Boone need to be fired immediately.
Anyway, Vito, we'll talk over. We're gonna get to baseball later. So, Vito, who is your winners and losers for free agency in the NBA?
Well, y'all remember when y'all asked me yesterday, well, give me one underrated, and I gave y'all about 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like that for the losers.
Okay, that's fine.
I got about 3 of them. I got 3 of them.
You got 3 losers? Okay, cool.
Yeah, but all y'all said, Houston, which was cool. But I'm gonna be different because it's a podcast, and that's what we're supposed to give. You know what I'm saying? Even though I totally agree with everything y'all both said, y'all both spot on. But just to be different, I'm gonna say the Atlanta Hawks was the winners of the shit.
I was gonna pick Atlanta.
They got an unprotected. First of all, they got an unprotected first round pick for next year. Right? They get Nickeil Alexander, which was probably one of the best free agencies out there in the market. You know what I'm saying? They go get Porzingis, a big, to go along with what's the name of Connorwood, the other young
Connorwood,
big from USC. Yeah, that's so you got a nice big combination. You know what I'm saying? And you got the assets. You know what I mean? Like they went out there and put in some work. They
I
could
agree.
possibly be a top 4 seed in the East. With the way shit is
Without a
breaking
doubt.
out, with the way everybody's
Yeah.
hurt, and with the way shit is going
It's
on,
wide ass open.
I like what
Agreed.
they did. You know what they did? They're like, you know what? Shit is wide open. Fuck it. Let's go for it.
Let's go
Yeah.
for it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Go
why
for it.
not? Why not? With this, you know what I mean? If there was gonna be, that's why Thibodeau got fired, y'all. I told y'all, if there was a year that the Knicks was gonna go, it was supposed to be this year. It was all set up for them, and they failed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about, oh, Thibodeau should have been fired. Yes, he should have. This was set up for every reason for them to be in the NBA
I
Finals.
mean, you
and
did
they
call
failed.
that. You
did
did
call
call
it.
them firing him. You called that.
Yeah,
I didn't. I thought they would
I-
keep him another year. So
No, because y'all got to look at it from their perspective, and you know they're not patient. You know what I mean?
That-
So
yeah.
I kind of seen that coming, but I would say the Atlanta Hawks have been Houston, of course, man. You know what? I didn't have a problem with Dylan Brooks. Actually, Dylan Brooks helped the Rockets because he gave them an edge. They were a team getting pushed around. Udoka loved Dylan Brooks because Udoka was the guy that wanted to have an edge.
He
Remember, he
does.
was talking shit to LeBron James.
I remember that.
You remember?
do,
So
yeah.
he liked the fact that he went out there and gave that. That's what he likes. You know what I mean? They just got a super duper upgrade with Dorian Finney-Smith, who basically does the same thing.
Correct.
Mhm.
But the reason, if they wouldn't have got Dorian Finney-Smith, I don't think Brooks would have got traded because you can't really teach what he does. He defends well. He got a decent offense, and not like he sucked. You know what I mean? He just act crazy sometimes. But as far as his game overall, it's decent. It is. It's not like he trash. Like I think Draymond Green trash.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Dylan Green's got game.
Facts.
Dylan Brooks got game.
Facts.
Like
I
Dylan
wait
Brooks can
that
actually
with
shoot.
you.
I mean, if you have to
You
pick
know what I mean?
between that,
Like, see, that's the difference between the two.
True,
That's the difference between the two. Dylan Brooks actually can hoop. Remember at Oregon, he was scoring. He was putting up buckets. He was walking buckets.
All facts, man. All facts.
Draymond Green, trash. He's been a role player his whole career.
Trash.
That's all he's gonna be.
Agreed.
He's trash, and he talk more than
Agreed.
anybody.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? But
Well, you're on the same
I agree.
page. Hey, Vio, we on the
That's
same
why
page with that.
Hey,
I've been
man,
saying that
that's
forever.
why we brothers. That's why
Yeah,
we
no
brothers,
doubt.
man. That's why we brothers. But my winners is the Atlanta Hawks, and I got 3 losers.
3 losers.
I got 3 losers.
Okay.
Let me. You know what? I'll say 2. 2 and a potential.
Okay.
Right.
An honorable mention.
The number 1 loser in the draft is the New Orleans Pelicans. What are you doing?
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're the number 1 losers.
Yeah.
They traded up. They traded an unpredicted first rounder
Ridiculous.
to move back. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't do anything in free agency. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pick up. Who did they pick up? Nobody.
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Nobody.
Nobody, dog. So you trade. You get your draft picks are questionable. You give away assets. You don't sign anybody in the offseason, and you got a disgruntled superstar who could leave at any minute. And I know you don't want
Eat
him
too much
to.
beignets. Eat too much
You know what I'm
beignets and Popeyes.
Hey, man, beignets be popping.
Right. I honestly think if he leave and go to another team, he gonna
That
be
ain't
out
his
there.
only distraction, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah, he likes
Women as well. Older women as well.
I really, you know what I think? Zion needs a change of scenery.
Maybe.
agree.
I think that would help.
He needs it quick. Like
maybe go
very
to like
quick.
a boring city, like go to like Milwaukee or fucking
Because
Indiana.
because you know what? I'll stand on this hill. I love his game. I love the way he played. He's phenomenal, dog. Like he's something that we never seen before. You've never seen a 300 dude guy jump like Vince Carter. You've never seen that. We've never seen that. Just like Steph Curry shooting, we've never seen nobody shoot like that. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen a dude like Zion Williamson. We never seen a dude like Wemby. Like this is shit we ain't never seen. Right? This is creative player shit. You know what I mean? But New Orleans is my first loser, and my second loser is the Milwaukee Bucks, nigga. You went and got a guy who might be slightly better than the dude you let go, and you put your cap under strain for a nigga that ain't even there. How dumb can you get?
Yeah.
Your cap you went and got a nigga that's slightly better than the guy that left, right? Maybe just a little bit younger, right? And you just put yourself under a cap strain for a nigga that's not even on your roster. How dumb can you get?
And you trying to
The Dame was wild.
That Dame shit is insane.
I was
right,
shocked.
and you trying to keep a
fake.
super. That ain't how you keep a superstar, nigga. If I'm to be honest, I'm like, nigga, this the best y'all did. I gotta go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can see that meeting right now, Smooth. When they walk into the room and say, Giannis, we did something. Giannis like, what? we got Miles Turner. What? And I can see Giannis all excited. All right, so when Dame come back, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, stop. Let me stop you right there. As far as the Dame part, the Dame part, that's X. And you see Giannis, what do you mean? Yeah. We had to let go
Let him
Dame.
walk.
You gotta be like, trade me immediately, nigga. Trade me right now.
Wait, did you say you traded him for something better, or are you saying you cut him? Oh no, we cut him. Oh yeah, let me out of here.
Oh, and then we're paying him $22 million over the next 5 years.
Exactly.
Hey, and then NFL girl, here they come with this. Like, but calm down. We did some moves. Like, y'all was like, what? We signed Kevin Porter Jr. back.
Hey!
Woohoo! All right.
And Gary Trent.
We brought back Gary Trent. I'll be like, nigga, trade me right now.
Now, today.
I'll be like,
I'm not showing up for work. I'm not showing up.
Give me the San Antonio ASAP. I don't care that's where I'm gonna go now. Get me there now.
No, I agree with you, Vio. I honestly, Vio, you took my 2 picks for winners and losers, so I'm not even gonna add because you said everything I need to say. One thing with Milwaukee, I think I'm curious about is were they like, because I feel like they should have traded Giannis. I'm surprised they didn't. I'm wondering if they were actually serious about even considering offers that a team were offering him, would they even traded him?
No.
You see what I'm saying? That's my thing. And it's like, what's your strategy? You think that you're gonna, like, you guys are delusionally think that you're still in this window to win, which is not really fair to Giannis because you're now, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was
Miles Turner and Kevin Porter Jr. nigga. That's it.
You got rid of Drew Holiday.
You got rid of Drew Holiday, yeah. Maybe try to go get him back. I don't know.
Would he want to go back?
And if I was Damian Lillard, y'all know where I would go sign if I was him?
Where?
I'd go to the Miami Heat.
Ooh.
That's his window now. That's where he wants to go.
I'd take my ass to the Miami Heat, damn it.
That's where he wanted to go.
You know why? You know why I would go there? Well, for 2 reasons. Number one, I know their organization is solid. And number two, I bet you they'd help his rehab.
I agree.
You know how they are with players. Miami don't fuck around.
Yeah.
When it comes to fitness, remember they got a plan weight that you got to be. Remember Jermaine
I remember that.
talking about that NFL girl? Remember that? He was talking about I had to decide if I was going to get a late night snack or not. Because he's going to put me over the weight. I'll never forget Jermaine O'Neal talk about that. Yes, he did. So if I was him, and I know that me, Bam, Tyler Euro, that's enough in the East. For right now.
It's not worse than, it's better than what you had before. So
and side note, you're playing in Miami.
Right.
True.
I'm saying.
True.
Right.
And Milwaukee in the middle of winter or Miami in the middle of winter.
I think Dame is a Miami Heat. I think I could just see him as a Miami Heat. I think that's where he should.
You don't, and Pat Riley you can count on Pat Riley to put some pieces around you. I mean, the quiet is kept in Miami. He had a great draft. They really did. They had a good draft.
Yeah.
The guy they got for Illinois was cold.
Oh yeah,
nice guy to get where they got
It's a well-run organization. So they always want to make smart moves.
They just got to, I think they had an off year this year, obviously, but I think, they make some twinkling.
Jimmy Butler thought he was bigger than the Heat, and Pat Riley said, no, you're not. Ain't nobody. Nigga, I'll kick LeBron out the door. Nigga, I'll kick you for less.
That part.
I'm Pat Riley, nigga. I got more rings than LeBron. Nigga, I got 5 as you know what I mean? As a coach. We ain't gonna talk about me. I got as an exec, nigga. Move around.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so
now,
I guess
now the Knicks try to get everybody coach. Even
but you know what?
Did they get a coach yet or no?
And even try. Well, listen, real quick. And even talk to Don Staley. Like, what are you doing? And now you're on a second interview with Mike Brown. So you going from Thibodeau to Mike Brown? Congratulations.
Oh, they got Mike Brown.
You know why I like it? No, you know why I like it? You know why I like
final
it?
Yet.
You know why I like it though? I'm gonna tell NFL girl and I'm gonna let y'all listen. You know why I like it? Because one thing about Mike Brown that Thibodeau doesn't do, Mike Brown develops players.
Agreed.
Thibodeau does not.
And he'll use his bench.
Does not.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so that's the one. They better thank God that he was available, because of the way that they had no plan when they fired him. Like I was with firing him, but I was like firing with a plan.
Yeah.
They fired him with no plan.
Well, I think like when we talked about it. Remember, VO, you was the only one that was like, no, they're gonna fire him at the end of the season, and all the rest of us was like, nah, they at least gotta give him one more year. See what happens. He was like, no. And the reason I thought that was because they had no plan. You understand?
Right.
You understand? Like they
They
literally
still
had
don't.
no plan.
They still
I thought
don't,
we were
bro.
we thought they were operating under the assumption that they had.
No, y'all right. Y'all, that's
Exactly.
absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Yeah, they
which we
did not
shouldn't have
have,
done. We
and
shouldn't
they
have
did
assumed
it.
anything.
But
Their
Mike Brown
plan
is a
was to
damn
try to
good.
steal somebody else coach. That was their
Right.
plan.
Well,
To try
They
to get
were.
Jason Kidd.
you know what I would have done if I was the Knicks man? I would have just traded for Jason Kidd.
Right.
For who?
If that's what you want.
That's what I would have done. Because I would that way we'd have got the coach we wanted. We got a team already ready.
What
Fuck it.
coach were you
know what I
traded
mean?
for, Vio?
Jason Kidd.
Oh,
That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would
Yeah,
just
but if
said-
I'm Dallas, I'm not.
didn't the Clippers trade for Doc Rivers?
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
like a first round pick and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have done that if I was the Knicks. I would have, because like right now we have a team that's built to win. And if that's truly the guy you want, you know what I mean, which it really was, I would have did it. Because ain't no
but
first round
is it
pick
a
gonna
great
be
job though? I wouldn't want that job though. You know, because
I think it is. I think it is when you develop the players. Tim wasn't playing Precious Achua. Precious Achua is a decent ball player. He's and
he
you
is.
should know, Mike.
I like
You should
Precious,
know
yeah.
he's good. He didn't get no run, none. They
but
could have used him. They could have used him when he came in and played. He produced. So everybody
Yeah,
was
but
like, even Pablo was like, well, I don't know why he didn't play him. I'm like, that's Thibodeau. I mean, he's like that Chicago. Like he's gonna
true.
ride 6 guys
Yep.
the entire way, bro. He ain't developing nobody.
yeah,
know
the
what I'm
only
saying?
reason I say is it a favorable job is if you don't get to the Western Conference Finals, right? If you don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals,
Yeah.
they're gonna boo you the crap out of you.
Yep.
It's gonna be stressful. It's gonna be a situation because you just went to the finals.
With that.
So if you don't make it again or make the championship, they're gonna be
But
on your head.
see, this is where I would be an asshole Nick coach. I would be like, as a fan base and to all you media, nigga, we was in the finals in 1999. You ain't won since the 70s. Calm down. For real, I would. Serious. That's why when you talk to him, like, your expectations are too high. Calm down. You ain't been in the finals since 99. You haven't won since the early 70s. like it's different if it's the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Or even the Spurs, or even the Bulls need to be that way because they'll win always. You know, teams that have won like
recently,
recently, yeah. You know what I mean? You
got
are
history.
you are strictly
History of winning.
reputation on New York City and Madison Square Garden. That's what we going off of. We're not going by championships. So these championship aspirations that these New York fans have, I'm clowning them. They need to tell them we need to tone them down.
They need to stop.
We need to stop. And I love my New Yorkers, but let's keep it let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like now, if the Warriors talking like that, I get it. Lakers all like that, I get it. Knicks fans, just be happy. You ever been in the Eastern Conference Finals since when, NFL girl? When was the last time they went to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Was it in the 90s?
Probably since they played the Spurs, right, when they lost.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Yeah. That was it.
So
was a young pup back then.
y'all got unrealistic. As a coach, they would hate me in New York because I'd be like, the fans need to be patient. Yeah, we all have we need to have realistic expectations.
You're asking
You know what
New
I'm
York
saying?
fans to have realistic expectations?
They do not have realistic.
Yeah, you do not have realistic.
I would be the greatest coach.
like Dallas fans.
That's like the real.
Thank you.
They're like
I was
Cowboys
waiting for
fans.
somebody to say it. I didn't want to say it.
Look,
But yeah, they're the Cowboys fans of the NBA.
Like Vio,
Yeah,
I get
you
it
go.
that you're trying to
You go.
speak rational to irrational people. Like that.
Yeah.
fan
No,
is
I would be the
irrational.
perfect coach for the job because I wouldn't even hear y'all because that shit wouldn't even sound like Chinese to me. I'm like, nigga, y'all ain't won. I mean, you can complain and call me a bullshit coach all you want. I wouldn't even hear it because I'm like, nigga, you ain't been to the finals since '99. You haven't won one since the late '70s, so you have no winning. You have nigga,
Culture.
how many look, I would ask a New York Knicks fan, how many 50-win seasons have you had in the past 20 years?
Maybe
They
4,
wouldn't
maybe
be
3.
advancing.
Right.
50 wins. The last time they had it was when old boy was the coach, the black Mike Woodson.
Yeah, Mike Woodson. Yeah, with
And I think they had it recently with Tibbs these past couple of years. But after that, it's been far and few between. So New York Knicks fans are like New York Knicks fans are trying to think like Yankee fans. You know what I'm saying? Yankee fans deserve to think like that. I mean, they got 27 titles, and they're a good team, and they, you know what I mean, they constantly win. New York is here and there. Had they not got Jalen Brunson, we wouldn't even be talking about them. So they got on a free agent pickup.
He basically saved their franchise.
Saved their franchise, my
And
dude.
that was kind of the unknown. They just did it.
Right.
Not knowing
I was about to
Dallas-
say, because I
Dallas
remember when they
was
signed him,
Dallas was
New York
down to
fans were
get
like,
rid of him.
really? We gave Jalen Brunson $100 million for him? He was a bench guy. I don't know how good he's going to be. That's all I heard.
See,
man.
they was basing that on Luka.
I thought Dallas was
nobody
good
around
to
Luka
get
that
rid
could play
of
with
him.
him.
When they got rid of Jalen Brunson, I was like, that's a mistake. Because y'all remember that one game where he played, he had 40 with Luke on the floor.
I think it was in
You
Utah
remember
when they
that?
played Utah in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
he had 40.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah. But I like Jalen Brunson, what he done for New York. Like, the NBA is fun when they're good. I just think they fans need chill.
I agree.
They're not going. They're never. New York fans are never going to chill.
That
They act so
part.
stupid.
That's
Hey,
like
they cause
asking
their
Cowboys
own
fans to chill.
karma. Look, they caused their own karma by throwing them trash bags at that Halliburton fan. See, that's how stupid they was.
Yeah,
They
that
just
part.
won a playoff series and they act like they won the NBA Finals. That's what they get.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying.
They got what they deserve. They got what they deserve.
Correct.
Yeah.
No regrets.
If he was on here, he'd be mad. He'd be cussing me out.
We'll talk about baseball. See that Theo brought up the Yankees, so we could talk about
oh Lord,
going on in the AL East briefly. Brief conversation, nothing too long.
We wouldn't be talking about it if y'all went first.
That part.
That's true.
That part.
That's true.
Front runner.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what we should talk about. Should we talk about baseball? Since my team
on my hat. No, I'm joking.
If they were last, we wouldn't have. If we was last, we would have to beg.
No, listen. In fairness,
that part.
that part. I am very shocked that my Blue Jays are in first place. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that.
So are the Blue Jays.
Huh?
So are the Blue Jays.
I'm sure they are too. I'm like,
we played like we got swept by them suckers, man.
So what's going on? All right, so quickly, Vio, what the hell's going on with your Yankees, bro? They can't seem to win a series.
Boone, dog. Boone.
Just fire Boone and that's problem solved?
Man, he's been the problem. He's always lost the World Series. Remember we lost Boone. That's why we lost the World Series. You're gonna put a guy that ain't pitched in what, how many months? Against Freddie Freeman?
6 months, 9 months, something like that.
You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. Freddie Freeman, hey, I don't know. I guess he found out Freddie Freeman been that dude. He was that dude in Atlanta. When he had in Atlanta?
He won an MVP in Atlanta.
He was.
Yeah, man, you dumbass.
And a World Series.
And a World Series in
And
Atlanta.
a World Series. And he wasn't even fully healthy either.
He wasn't.
NFL girl, can you finish my sentence? And it was a grand slam on top of that. Bases loaded. You dummy.
Bases loaded grand slam. Good God Almighty.
New York, LA, that you couldn't write a better fucking script.
That did to us what happened to the Knicks when they lost to the Pacers.
Yeah,
you know how the game one loss just messed them up.
Yep.
But the rest that helped that happened to the Yankees.
But Bill, do you think? I mean, I think in fairness, Boone got to the World Series. Do you think that bought him at least another 2 years to stay before they fire him?
He should have never been a coach.
I'll disagree with you.
But he's coach now, though. That's the thing. Like, there's the fact that he made the World Series buy him some time.
It bought him some time. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think they're not going to fire him.
But it shouldn't, though, because with that kind of talent, you should have made the World Series.
I don't disagree with you.
So you're paying that kind of money to these players, and he's supposed to be the director of the players. He's not a director. He just lucked into a great situation.
Every year we have a pitcher. Every year with
players.
You. Every year with Aaron Boone, with you as the manager, we have an issue with pitching staff. Why? Like that's the problem.
When y'all spend so much money.
That's the number one issue.
And I mean, Max Fried's been great. I mean, Max Fried's been out of his mind.
I mean, we just lost Schmidt though.
And he's
actually been better. I mean, look, it's a lot of combination of shit. Look, first of all, remember I told y'all they always hit a rough stretch this time of the year for some reason. Yankees do, but right now they just they're not scoring. Their defense up. You know what I mean? And like I said, Aaron Boone. And what they're gonna have to do is, and what is that? He got what's today's date? The 6th?
Yep.
Right. Aaron Boone got 25 days to be aggressive to get something in there to not lose the season.
So who are you gonna get in the trade deadline?
You're gonna find, I don't know. I need to find me some kind of starting pitcher available. But that's what they're gonna need. You just lost a starter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Jays probably need that too. We need that in the hitter.
Money is never a problem, so y'all can find anybody y'all want, right?
It's just a matter of
y'all gonna pay anybody at any amount of money.
And then my boy got hit in the face with the ball the other day. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge.
That
shit was.
I mean, wasn't that yesterday?
Keeping y'all afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday. I think that happened.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a crazy day, man.
I mean, Aaron Judge's been keeping y'all afloat for real.
When you play baseball games, Aaron Judge is a creative player, right?
He is a creative player.
He a creative player because you know dudes are not built like that often, right?
I mean, for context, the Jays walked him 4 times in the series. We decided to pitch him for some reason, and he got like a 3-run home run.
This is interesting from you, Mike. When you said your team wasn't going to really be that good this year, you was complaining about the Vlad contract. You didn't know what direction they were going in. And look at now. Told you, patience is always.
Yeah, no, listen.
When is that child ever
patient? Trying to tell you, Toronto man, patience is necessary. Toronto.
And yet we're the one that keeps having to tell him to root for his own damn team.
Exactly.
Listen, Listen, we're on to new shit. I'm not worried about the Leafs. We're on the new shit.
Hey, I didn't even say the Leafs, but
you better, Mike,
glad you put it out there.
Mike, you better hope we don't get Zach Gullin. What's his name? Zach Gullin?
Zach Gallen?
Yeah,
Zach Gallen,
Arizona.
Boy, not getting Zach Gallen.
Boy.
It's the Yankees, though, Mike. Anything can happen.
You better hope you better pray to God.
You better hope.
Dude, boy.
Trying to get Zach Gallen?
Oh, it's the other guy from the Mariners too. I forget his name. I know he's
Castillo? You're talking about Castillo?
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
You're
not getting them. You're not
getting
them.
He is going at right. He's going after the tops.
He's going to go after their best pitchers, right? Like, come on,
hey, you already said we won't.
D-backs is not giving up Zach Gallen.
Zach
Gallen
is I read something that he is on the market though. Y'all look it up. He is
on the market, but they want a hell of a lot for him.
Yeah. They want a hell of a lot. Yeah, you're gonna have to give up.
Y'all don't give up. Y'all don't give up a lot, man.
Thank you, Smooth. That's why you're not getting them because you're not.
I think it was like I saw a few pictures because I was reading this the other day in the article. I think they also said Mitch Keller.
Keller. Yeah, he's good too.
There's another guy that's decent. They could probably. It's more realistic.
Yeah.
Y'all get all these guys. If they were a free agent in the offseason, y'all get them. This trade deadline, y'all don't give up nothing to get these players. You know,
go get Paul Skeens from Pittsburgh. Just give up your whole farm system and go get his ass. Just give up your farm system. You'll get him because Pittsburgh ain't gonna pay him.
I'm gonna tell you when
Pittsburgh's not gonna pay him.
I'm gonna tell you why I knew something was wrong with the Yankees when they was losing to the Red Sox.
Sure,
the way they was that was the red flag because that was a team they should have easily beat, and they were struggling.
I mean, the Red Sox are a dumpster fire, bro. They traded up all their players, and now they have like 3 good prospects, and that's it. All their good players that won them shit, they're all gone.
They're the Dallas Mavericks of the Major League Football.
They're like Mavericks.
For trade Rafael Devers. What is you thinking, bro?
They traded Mookie Betts for nothing. So
they don't. That ain't making any sense.
They traded Mookie Betts for a bag of peanuts and a hot dog, basically.
Listen, Mookie Betts ain't sad because he won a World Series.
2.
He dried his tears on that.
And he's probably gonna win. And he may win a third one.
He's driving $1 million on money he's making as well.
I mean, the only team I think right now.
Drying his tears on them $100 bills.
I know, right? The only team I think in the NL that maybe could beat the Dodgers is maybe Philly. Maybe. And that depends. But if the Dodgers get their pitching healthy, then no one's beating the Dodgers.
I got since the Yankees are in the flood. I'm a diehard Yankee fan, but there is a team though. I got a dark horse though, and they balling right now. Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs are nice
right now, boy.
Yeah,
Cubs are nice
right now. Pico Armstrong, number 4. That outfielder is nice.
8 home runs was it? The one time
8 home runs, yeah. Yeah, I saw that game. They were just like a home run derby in that game.
Hey, Dodgers, you better look out, boy.
Yeah, my dark horse World Series is Phillies and the Tigers. That's mine.
Ooh, okay.
I got Phillies and the Tigers. That's my dark horse. You know, everyone's
Tigers are looking good right now too.
Oh, Tigers go on, but them goddamn Astros again.
I know. I thought the Astros
looking like the old Astros.
They got a good organization, man.
They got a good organization.
Yeah, dog. They right back in the shit, dog. They right back in the shit. Damn.
That's why
like all the controversy and everything.
That's why as much as I love my Blue Jays playing, I don't think in the playoffs they're going to be able to beat any of those top tier teams right now. They're just not. Beat us in
the playoffs now because we go come back. Though. Yankees.
Keep hope alive.
Maybe if you get Zach Gallen, give up your farm system, or no, get Paul Skeens. Go get Paul Skeens. Give up all your draft capital. Go get Paul Skeens from Pittsburgh. You'll pay him $300 million. Problem solved. Win the World Series. All right, so
I don't know. With Boone there, I don't know. That's like having Shanahan.
I don't know. Get Joe Torre to come back, maybe. I don't know.
Let me go do it. With a lineup like that,
come on, Mike. That was a low blow. That's a low blow, man.
What?
You know that was wrong. You know
That
you
was
was
wrong,
wrong.
man.
You know you was
Man,
wrong.
it was all good in early July. When we get to October, it's gonna be different. We're gonna be all seeing a no different song and dance in October.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be up. Listen, the AL East is gonna be a fight because the Rays are good, so it's gonna be three of those teams are gonna be jockling. So we'll see what happens. So
I honestly think the Cubs gonna win that shit, man. They playing better than anybody. Like the motherfuckers is out there doing it, and ain't nobody really talking about them either. Hey,
I think the Cubs can
like
sneak
what?
up.
I think they can, man. That's why couldn't they? They're like what,
They
17
did it
games
a
on
couple
500?
years ago. So I mean,
They could.
Yeah,
They got the pitching. They got the hitting.
They do.
They're nice.
They do. I can't argue with. Again, like I said, I got Philly. I like Philly in their environment in the playoffs too. If the Dodgers got to go to Philly in the playoffs, it's gonna be rocking there. So, and I like their chances. I like the rotation.
Man.
I like the rotation, and I think they got enough offense that they could compete with the Dodgers. And the Dodgers, like I said, their rotation's all messed up. Shohei's pitching now. Actually, he's pitching a little bit better now. So I think we were a little bit premature in saying that he should go into the bullpen. But that's here neither here.
He's only pitching. Yeah, he's only doing like this is only his fourth outing. He only.
But yeah, eventually I think they're gonna ratchet his usage up eventually.
I still think he need to be in the bullpen.
Bullpen, man.
I would still put him in the bullpen
because he's a hitter. You know what I mean? It's not like he's one dimensional where he's only going to pitch. He's really a great hitter. So you don't want to rush him into being a starting pitcher and want him to have that offense as well. Put him in the bullpen, no pressure. Let him continue to play his game. Come in and close games. That's probably going to be more useful to Dodgers anyway.
Or let him be a setup. I would have him like a setup guy, maybe like coming in the 7th or 8th inning.
Yeah.
You already have a closer. Let him, let him set.
Hey, the nigga don't have a USB port. You know what I'm saying? He a human being.
Yeah.
Well, the way he plays, he looks like he has a fucking USB port.
Shit, dog. Think Terminator and shit.
Right.
We want you to be our starting pitcher, and you're going to be our leadoff hitter.
Okay.
And you want to lead us in all offensive categories.
Oh my God, dog.
But the crazy part is he comes in, he does that shit.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's the crazy shit. Yeah.
Like you look at his numbers, you're like, house, wait.
Yeah.
You wouldn't look at him as a person that steals bases, and he did that as well. Like, come on,
51 stolen bases, and he's big as hell. Like he's 6'5". He is big.
I'm starting to look at the USB port on his ass.
Like I watched him last year, and I went to a game here when he was with the Angels, and he is big. I didn't realize how tall he was. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, he looked big. When him and Judge stood next together, they look like two big motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're
the creative player.
Looks like he's a defensive tackle. I don't know. Judge
like two motherfuckers I do not want to pitch to.
That part.
Basically.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I guess we can go to NFL. I mean, not really too much besides I think the Steelers trade. I thought that was interesting. Want to dive into that?
I loved it.
So the Steelers, the NFL girl face says it all. I don't know if she loves.
I'm gonna explain it to you.
No comment.
No. Well, you're on a podcast. You have to comment.
Save me for last.
That is the whole point of the podcast. To give comments.
Save me for last.
I
have my thoughts. Yeah, I have my thoughts.
Vio, we'll go for Vio first. So, what did you think about the Steelers and Miami Dolphins?
Man, I love that shit, dog. I love it so much, dog. I love it, dog. Because the secondary, you're not throwing on them. You're not. They got interchangeable pieces they could do, like Thornhill. Remember, they got Thornhill.
Oh, they got Thornhill too.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Yes. So they could run a Slade, Porter, Ramsey nickelback dog with Thorne back there dog, and the other guy that came along, what's his name, Elliott, who played real good for them last year. The young safety, and then you still got Highsmith and Hayward up front. T.J. Watt, he'll be back. This is just But that dog, that's a no-fly zone because Jalen Ramsey, he could. You know what you could do with him, dog? You don't even have to play him on like. You can just use him when you got a big receiver or a top receiver. You want to have him cover, and you can put his ass in the nickel back. Or if you want to, you could flip. Thornhill can play nickel back, right? So you could flip flop and put Ramsey at the safety end, but Thornhill, depending on how quick the dude is in the slot. You know what I mean? And you still got Slade, who's still solid. And my boy said Joey Porter Jr. needs some help. Well, he got some help. That secondary gonna be ill, bro. Like that shit gonna be like, hey, that's my fantasy football defense. I'm trying. Hey, I'm gonna get because they're gonna get so many takeaways, dog. With that pass rush and that secondary back there, dog, and the way they can interchange them dudes, man, dog. I hate to say it, but Aaron Rodgers getting there got them some motion, dog. Them getting. I know Mika's great. I get it. I know he's younger, but nigga, Jalen Ramsey, Porter, and Slade is nasty. That's a nasty. That's a nasty corner with the two safeties with that pass rush. Like, good luck. Good luck.
All right. So Smooth, what say you? What were your thoughts on the trade?
So I mean, for me, and what I've heard is that they're saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers are making moves just to make moves with no direction, right? And when I look at it, you trade Pickens, right? But then you get another diva receiver that was already complaining in Seattle. So what did you really do? Nothing. Secondly, you go from a younger, productive safety to an older, complaining player. He complained every place he's been. Jacksonville, the Rams, everywhere he's been a complainer. Porter needs to stop holding. So he might be on the bench. So you may have Slay, older corner, and you may have Ramsey, older corner, and you have Porter as a slot because he got called for so many penalties last year, so he needs to really find his footing. And pass rush, that pass rush is lacking. TJ Watt, great, but he was injured last year as well because he's been used too much and been asked to do too much. So I think it's going to be a wait and see type situation because, like I've heard, they're making moves just to make moves. I don't see what direction they're going in because you're still down to one receiver and you have another receiver on the other side that you're hoping can make the next step. You have Aaron Rodgers who doesn't like, if he goes to you one time and you drop the ball, he's not going to go to you again. So what he's going to keep feeding DK Metcalf over and over again.
Can I say what I do like? Hey,
and then you're going to have him.
He's working out.
As a diva guy that waited till the last minute to come to you guys, kept complaining about retiring, and that's your leader? I know Tomlin is a great guy, but I wouldn't put all my chips in on Aaron Rodgers. No way, no how. Has he even made the playoffs the last 3 years he's been in the league?
I don't believe so.
So, sure, Jalen Ramsey is a dog for sure, but they've had problems at that linebacker position for the last 5 years because they're a linebacker team. So I don't really know if they're going to make that much noise because I don't trust Aaron Rodgers. I trust Tomlin, but I don't know what they're doing. I don't trust DK either. His last year in Seattle, he was a crybaby as well. He doesn't run great routes. He's a straight line guy, physical guy, a physical guy that doesn't make physical catches. He just runs long and complains about not getting the ball. Good luck. That's my take.
All right.
Nigga, that offense gonna be nasty with Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth, nigga. And they got Kenneth Gainwell from the Eagles. God, they gonna be okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at NFL.
I said wait and see. I said wait and see, Bo.
Okay.
All right, so we have opposing views here. We got opposing views. Vio's all in on the Steelers. Smooth is all out. NFL girl, what say you?
All right,
go ahead. What am I going to say?
I have no idea.
Because I know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers.
Inquiring
I can't stand that man. I hate that man with everything in my soul. I promise you. I'm not rooting for the Steelers, and the fact that they pinned all their hopes on him coming there. They didn't draft anybody as far as because remember we talked about this after the draft. Why would you still, even if you know that Aaron Rodgers are coming, which wasn't guaranteed at the time, why wouldn't you even get a QB2, a younger QB2 there? Draft somebody. I know you do got a QB, but you understand, have somebody that you could develop over the long term.
That you actually believe in.
Their quarterback room is Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, and I like their third quarter. They got Will Howard.
I don't like Mason Rudolph.
Oh, Will Howard.
But Will Howard.
Will Howard's fine.
He's fine.
Don't get me started. Anyway,
Well,
don't
Howard
do that. Don't do that.
Cousins.
And then as far as the trade of Minka, for Jalen. Jalen has not been fully healthy in the last 3-4 seasons. 2, Jalen tends to, when things aren't going his way, Jalen tends to be very mouthy. He will throw his own team under the bus. And I've seen him do this. I've seen him throw his own teammates under the bus when things aren't always going his way. It's not always everybody else's fault, Jalen. He's an older corner as opposed to the younger Minka. I actually personally love Minka. I get it. You want somebody more on the outside. That's why you would go for a corner over a safety. But I feel like Minka was really coming into his own there up in Pittsburgh. I think that he was really developing his game. He's a hell of a safety. And I love Minka. So the fact that they made this trade, I don't feel like is beneficial to them. I just don't. And that's saying, and I'm not saying that I don't like Jalen, because I'm going to repeat, I've liked Jalen all the way back to college. But the whole point is, I don't think that this was a trade that's going to benefit them in the long term. I just don't. I feel like it's going to, if anything, I feel like that's going to benefit Miami more in the long term, because they did need safety help last season.
Oh, and Mike,
it was their inside, not their outside. Boy, if you cut me off one more time.
My bad. It's delayed. My fault.
Jesus.
My bad. My bad.
But yeah, But yeah, they needed more inside help during the game. So for Miami, I think that was a better for them. I think that's going to work out better. For the Steelers, I don't feel like Jalen's going to be. I still think like there's a potential Jalen's going to get hurt there, because like I said, he hasn't been healthy the last 3 seasons. He has a knee and a calf issue, if I remember. So yeah, we're running into the potential of him not being able to finish out the season. And then how did that benefit them? As far as the on the offensive side of the ball, again, if Aaron Rodgers stay healthy, which isn't a guarantee, his biggest, deep threat is going to be DK. DK hasn't been fully healthy an entire season in the last 2 years. So like I'm very much concerned for the Steelers long term. I really am. I don't care because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I feel bad only for Mike Tomlin, but I don't feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, I don't see how that trade was beneficial to them.
Okay.
When they have a top 10 O line, by the way.
Vio, did you want to?
I don't disagree.
Vio, did you want to rebuttal? NFL girl.
I just want to say, look, you got T.J. Watt, Jalen Ramsey, Alex Highsmith, Cameron Hayward, D.K. Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, Caleb, my nigga from Iowa, the running back. You got Highsmith. You got, dude, this offense looks way better than last year. You talking about your 2 tight ends was Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith was a problem. That was a nice guy to get thrown in with Jalen Ramsey. Like, he might be the better pick of the whole. Actually, to be honest, to go with NFL curse saying, Jonnu Smith may be the better part of the deal. Shit, he's solid. You know what I mean? And you throw that with Freiermuth, and you got a veteran. Like, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, right? I get it. He's an acquired taste. However, he is a veteran quarterback. And he is better than anything you've had there the past 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
That's a low bar.
With weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving them Jonnu Smith, DK Metcalf, Robert Woods. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got solid weapons there. You know what I'm saying? And then on the defense end, I just named you all the names on defense. Watt, Highsmith, Hayward, Porter, Slade. Now you add Ramsey and Patrick Queen and
Patrick
all
Queen.
Right, man. I'm
Big Mike.
Queen.
Oh,
Big Mike.
thumbs down, Smooth.
What?
Big Mike.
Patrick Queen looked like trash in Baltimore until they got that beast in the middle. He like straight trash. He tried to run him out of Baltimore. He came over there. He needs protection for him to be successful. He looked like a fish out of water trying to cover.
And then the guy they drafted in the first round, the big fella they drafted, Mike, in the first round. What's his name?
I like it. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't. Patrick Queen was great. Get run out of town in Baltimore because he couldn't cover. He looked like a fish out of water. Now he might have looked better in Pittsburgh, but he's not no piece that's going to change anything to me. Pittsburgh got pieces on that team. He's just a piece that can help them, not no missing piece. I don't believe.
And then,
girl, you said,
I'm hollering your stop. Big Mike, you had Jonnu Smith on your team, represented as the WR1. How did that work out for the Titans? As Jonnu Smith as your WR1? You let me know how that worked out.
He was all right.
No, he was the tight end one.
Oh, okay, the TE1. My bad. Okay. How did that work out?
It was okay.
Right, but But y'all did get rid of his ass, though, right?
We did.
My rebuttal for that is that quarterback.
Okay.
If we're being
position was a mess,
honest,
though.
we're an honest podcast.
Don't do that.
Yeah, but
We
y'all
did
had
get rid of-
Tannehill. Remember y'all quarterback position was a mess for a minute, though. It was.
Okay.
So
Okay, but my whole point is Jonnu is fine. Jonnu is serviceable, but you're trying to sell Jonnu like Jonnu is like a game changer.
Jonnu with Pat Fryermuth is game changing. That's two things. Your linebackers are not going to be able to guard
Pat
both of them.
Fryermuth is a game changer. Jonnu is not. I will give you Pat Fryermuth. I'm not giving you Jonnu.
Jonnu had a good season with the offense because of that offense they ran.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And Aaron Rodgers is the same kind of quarterback. He's better. He's an upgrade over Tua, whether you like him or not.
But they're not going to run that kind of offense in Pittsburgh, though, right? Not with that offensive
Arthur
coordinator.
Smith,
Arthur Smith is like a run.
Arthur Smith is a tight end. He's a tight end dude.
But he's a tight end.
Mike, you should know.
He want to run the ball. That's why he got ran out of Atlanta.
Yeah, that is why he got ran out.
No, he didn't get ran. I don't, man. Yeah. Okay.
He got ran out of Atlanta because he.
All I know is when the Steelers get to the Super Bowl, and if you're a Steelers fan, I don't want to hear shit from them.
The Steelers get to the Super Bowl. Oh, wow. Don't worry, we're gonna do our Super Bowl.
I think
Patrick Queen was an All-Pro one time, right?
He was.
It's better than some. Some ain't never been.
One time, and he became an All-Pro when he had what? Help, right? But when he was there first by himself, when he got drafted in Baltimore, what was he?
He was an inside linebacker. That's when he played LSU.
Yeah, I know that, right? But when he got to Baltimore, was he an All-Pro? Was anybody talking about he was a great player?
He was good. He was serviceable. That's why when they added Roquan Smith, they was like, "What the hell? You got two great linebackers."
When they added Roquan Smith, he didn't have to think. So that's been when he had. That's when he became.
Smith was just a better player. He was a better player, of course, but we all knew that going into. If you watch the SEC, you know Roquan Smith was better than Patrick Queen, but Patrick Queen was good. He was just who Baltimore had, and he produced while he was there. But they had an opportunity to add a better player, which Roquan is. I mean, I don't doubt that, but Patrick Queen is not trash, dog. Like he's a solid.
I never said he was trash. I never said he was trash.
Like, you got him mid-level with that secondary back there and that pass rush.
And VO, I never said he was trash. I ain't say he was I say he's not a game changer. He's not trash. He can play.
And I don't care who they got. They beat the Ravens every year.
But that main, what changed Baltimore was Roquan Smith. He changed everything.
Steelers still beat them, though. Still beat them with a lesser team.
That's a rivalry, though. Come on, Vito. That's a rivalry. That's always going to be like that.
That's all Pittsburgh got to worry about is beating them.
Cincinnati?
You can't tell me, man, that defense going to swallow their ass up, bro. Man, you talking about, man, shit. Man. Kansas City can't fuck with that. Baltimore can't. Nobody can fuck with that secondary. Picking up three dudes, man. And the safety, Thornhill and Elliott back there. Elliott is an underrated name because I watched the Steelers last year. He was shining. He was nice. I think he had like 4 or 5 interceptions last year.
But that defense was whack last. That defense was.
But he was good though. He was good.
Yeah,
he was solid. Though.
I agree.
And
he
defense
struggled last year. Hopefully they can get back to that steel type curve.
Well, that's why they made them.
That's what I was thinking.
They made some hell of an upgrades. Shit. I mean, Darius Slayer's your second corner. Are you bullshitting me with Ramsey and a nickel, and you got Porter Jr. who's not trash?
They just put Ramsey at safety.
I heard about that too. I heard
they ain't gonna tell us what they're gonna do. Shit. But I guarantee you they're gonna flip him and Thornhill because Thornhill's the nickel back too. He played that in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's a good pick.
I'm all in on him, man.
Vio is all in.
I'm all in on.
I'm gonna wait and see. I'm waiting to see.
NFL girl, are you in or out of the Steelers?
I'm waiting to see. I don't wish anything. I don't wish anything good on Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, I'll wait and see how it all pans out.
The way Kansas City is still the team to beat. Okay, in AFC. Period. I don't give a damn what nobody says. To beat them, you need a pass rush, and with that pass rush they got, the main problem was because they were still getting sacks. The problem was the back end. The back end was trash. That was the problem with the Steelers. Their back end was garbage. They solved that shit this year. I'm telling you.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
They play the Jets the first week, and they play the Seahawks the second week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
They'll play the team that Aaron Rodgers just left and got hurt the first play. Then they come back and play DK old team.
They're gonna beat the shit out. They're gonna beat the shit out the Jets. They're gonna beat that. They're gonna beat the hell out the Jets.
The four of us could beat the Jets, so that's a low bar.
All I'm saying is,
they're gonna beat
the first 2 weeks.
Sacking the shit out of
That part.
It's gonna be the Aaron Rodgers bowl and then the DK bowl.
I'm just stopping the run. That's all I'm doing. I'm just
that part.
Stout in the middle. That's it.
Because Aaron Rodgers uses tight ends, so he got 2 good ones, plus a deep threat, and a running back that we all agree that's gonna be cold. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did tell you they have a top 10 offensive line, guys. Don't forget about that. They have a top 10 offensive line. So,
I mean, the way Russell looked back there, it seemed like last year he was running for his life.
Well, that's why you're not there no more, though. That's why you're not there.
Oh my goodness! All right. So we'll table this. We'll see how it goes during the season. Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, NHL not much. I mean, besides the fact that Florida basically re-upped and signed every damn player.
They did.
That's what I said, right?
Which is crazy work, and So I mean, they're probably.
I said that, right? I mean,
you did say they were going to re-sign everybody.
Yeah, because they had so much little in cap space, but they got everybody signed, and they're signed for the next 4 years.
Yep.
Which is fucking nuts. So good luck, NHL. I don't know what to tell you because they're pretty much going to probably be in the Stanley Cup and or win it. I'd say at least 2 more Stanley Cups Florida's probably going to win.
And talk about the trade your Maple Leafs did.
We could talk about that. I'm fine with the trade. I mean, the fan base is, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Man, you know what? I stopped looking at fans base stuff. It'll frustrate you every time.
Yeah, because so I'll give context. So Mitch Marner, one of our top players, he got traded to Vegas, which was a great trade for him. I think shout out to him. He got a good contract. He's in Vegas. Vegas is great. Well, who wouldn't want to go to Vegas? And the Leafs, we got a solid depth piece, which we needed. Yeah. The fan base is upset because I guess he didn't want to be here, and they were upset that he wanted to leave. I'm like, why? You pushed him out for 4 years, so I don't know why now that he's leaving.
For him.
Exactly.
I'm confused. Like, I'm fine with it. I thought it was time for him to go. I think we needed a change. I think he needed to change the scenery. He'd been playing here all of his life. Like my former boss's daughter used to play hockey with him, so he's been in Ontario all of his life. So it was time for him to go. I think the Leafs needed to change the roster. He got a great good deal. I think Vegas right now, they're probably the state. I think they're going to come out the West. I think I'm going to pick Vegas and Florida.
I know they're pretty good. Vegas is pretty good.
Because Edmonton, they still have Skinner as their goaltender, and as long as Skinner's your goaltender, you're not winning no Stanley Cup.
They need to trade my boy to Chicago. Well,
okay. So Vio, I'll give you a little shred of hope. So Connor McDavid did do a press conference. He did say all the right things. He, however, said he's going to do what's in his best interest of him and his family. So he has not signed his long-term deal yet. So you just got to put it out there in the universe, Vio. He's got one more year left on his deal. I'm not sure. I'm not saying Edmonton that he's gone, but again, they did train Wayne Gretzky.
Man, he will be an instant star. He'll be the star. He'll be bigger than Bulls and Bears.
And he would be beloved.
And most
oh my God,
saying Connor McDavid should keep his options open. He shouldn't just sign blindly with Edmonton. He should absolutely see what they do with the roster and then make an informed decision of that makes sense long term, which I think he should do, regardless of whatever. I think that's what every player should do. But in his case, yes, because you don't want to stay there 8 years and you can't get over the hump, and then you're stuck there essentially because they're not going to trade you.
You're going to try to do like LeBron and try to
push
you
girl. He come over to the Capitals. Why not? Right?
Come over to the Capitals.
Yeah.
I'm for this.
Are you guys making a fit? Okay, you guys making
I like that guy. What's his name? Ovechkin. He cold. I like him.
Yeah. Okay, McDavid is
old though.
McDavid to the Capitals.
Yeah, Ovi's like almost 40.
He's still cold-blooded. He's still cold.
He's getting up there.
No doubt.
But hey, McDavid to the Capitals wouldn't be a bad. That wouldn't be bad.
Not for us.
Not for y'all. Yeah, that'd be a really good.
I would.
We need more help than y'all. We need more help than y'all.
You do.
I agree.
I agree. I mean, you guys did draft
us because we don't need as much help, and he can propel us. That's why
exactly.
Oh, y'all. I agree with that.
And he get to play with Ovi. Come on now, that's the selling point right there.
Be protected.
But he can also play with the young
players.
He'll be protected.
Ovi's got like 2 years max.
I like Ovi cold.
But listen,
go on.
Listen,
make your pitch.
That's the whole point. You understand? You bring in McDavid and you tell him Ovi's probably only got 2 years left at max, right?
Yeah.
This will be your. There you go. This will be your team in like 2 years. But you get to play with the greatest hockey player of all time.
Bingo.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like that's a hell of a pitch.
Yeah.
And you can learn.
You could sell me exactly. It's so much you could learn.
LeBron ain't the greatest of all time. Kind of the same.
Don't do that.
Like Luka and LeBron. It is kind of the same.
It's
not.
But no.
It's God.
Yeah, it is. You putting a great star with an old star. You put
but listen, no, hold on. No. And what you're saying actually is correct. That is what part of the selling point was to get Luka there. You understand? Right. Even Luka said, I'm honored that he would even want me here to play with him. You understand? I'm such a young kid or whatever. That is part of the selling point. And so that's the pitch I would make to Connor McDavid. Like, listen, do you want to go and be somewhere where you're going to have to immediately land on your feet and make an immediate impact like you would have to do with your Hawks? Or do you go somewhere where you have the greatest hockey player or one of the greatest hockey players of all time playing with you, and you get however many years, he probably has good 2 years left, and you get to learn from the greatest player of all time for the next 2 years. And then after 2 years, this could become your team.
Yeah.
And even better than that, NFL girl, he can come in and be the leading scorer on his team.
He could.
So in actuality, it could be kind of like his team even when he get there, because Ovechkin is not the type of guy that's going to say, "Hey man, it's my team" or whatever. He's not going to do that.
Ovi is not a selfish player.
He's not at all. I agree with that.
It's like a welcoming kind of situation where he can come in, and even though Ovechkin is that guy, he can still be the main guy, right? Because you need both of them in order to win.
Right.
I agree. Look at that. That's good selling pitches. I like that. That was a good selling pitch. I'm impressed. Leo,
want to make a pitch for the Leafs? You want to make a pitch for the Leafs?
That's your selling pitch.
Huh?
Come to Chicago.
Oh man, Patrick Kane, man. I just had Patrick Kane show up to the airport, bro. That's enough. like even me, and I'm not even a hockey guy. If I saw Patrick Kane, I'd probably be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a star like that.
He is Chicago royalty. I will agree. I would 1,000% agree with you.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
He is Chicago royalty.
I mean, 4 titles.
More titles? Could add another title. Okay. I mean, listen, like Ed, you got one more year, because I think McDavid's going to drag this. If he doesn't sign by the summer,
nothing better than Chicago playoff hockey, bro. That's better than Bulls basketball damn near. Like playoff, like Chicago.
I think it's close.
I do, honestly.
I don't know, Leo.
I do miss the Blackhawks.
I was there when the Chicago White Sox was in that World Series run, and that was nuts.
2005.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Or even the Cubs.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no,
Cubs. That was nuts.
Cubs was nuts. But that's for a whole nother reason. But I mean, the Blackhawks they win though. They've been the most winning team recently. So they have a bigger fan base right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cubs got one. Like the White Sox, they got like a loyal fan base. Not much, but they still have it.
Mm-hmm.
But you looking at Blackhawks, like playoff hockey, I remember that shit was hype, dog. Like when they won the title in 2016, I believe. That shit was fucking crazy, dog. You would have thought the Bulls won. You know what I mean? Like it was nuts.
I mean, I think the Blackhawks are building it the right way. I mean, they've drafted well. I think the guy just got to develop. Obviously, they got to make timely moves, free agency, stuff like that. I know VO doesn't have the patience now because, his team's not that good. So he's like, wants to.
That'll be all right, man. I'm just not patient when you got the number 1 overall pick and he looks mid. That's what the
He's not mid. VO, we can't do this again. He is not mid. Connor McDavid is not mid, bro. He won the Rookie of the Year. We can't do it.
That was how long ago, though?
That was 2 years ago. That's not a.
That's the same. But that's the same argument Patrick Queen, though. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah. Let me bring up something else about this real quick before I forget. You know what else I like about what the Steelers did? They didn't even spend really no money in off season, and they retooled their team. They did good. Look, they didn't even overspend on nobody, like a lot of other teams. They may be
the oldest team in the league.
No, but they didn't overspend. They didn't overspend. Like some teams overspend. They didn't.
I agree with that.
The Steelers they got good.
But will that turn? But will that turn around and bite them in the ass later? Is the question.
I think this kind of team is better for Tomlin because he ain't got to like preach his point. Like these motherfuckers are pros. Ramsey,
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, DK, John, they all been there. Like they're not young guys. Like when Mike Tomlin say something, they get it. He ain't got to explain it to them. Like if you have Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph, you probably got to go over that shit 20,000 times. But the fact that he got Arthur Smith, who's told like the head coach of the offense, you know what I'm saying, and kind of do his thing over there, man. I just love what they did. I'm a fan of it because I've seen these kind of teams and these kind of moves get you to the Super Bowl, and a lot of people downplay them. But I don't know, man. When it's hard to bet against great players, man.
Fair enough. Vio, I think Vio had a rant. You wanted to rant about something real quick? This is your opportunity.
Nah, just about fan bases, like you were saying. Like the Bulls got rid of an injury-plagued dude who was gone for 2 years, came back and missed 5 more weeks, and these fans is crying about getting a guy who plays every game. You know what I mean? I like Isaac Okoro. I think he's perfect for what the Bulls need. I think they need a
player. Exactly.
Yeah. And he played. Guess what?
He's an unselfish player.
That part.
My favorite part about him, he's available.
That part.
He plays defense.
Even if he didn't, nigga, at least I know he's gonna be on the court.
Yeah.
This nigga, we waited 2 years for
y'all paid him 2 years to sit on the bench.
That part. And you're paying him money too.
He was gone, dog. I was like, look, he came back, played the little weeks. I said, okay. And then I didn't see him in the live. They're like, oh yeah, well he's, they want to give him rest. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then for a long stretch, y'all, I didn't see him play for a while. I'm like, where does this dude at? Then he hurt his hand. Oh, he hurt this. So I'm like, dude, get rid of this motherfucker. That's a waste of 20. I mean, great story, comeback, bro. But at this rate, at where we're at now, you dead money, bro.
Yeah.
And I think they did good by getting Isaac Okoro is what they need. They don't even have a 3. They got Kevin Huerter starting at the 3 right now. So Isaac Okoro can start right away.
That's not a good look. Kevin Huerter? Like, come on, man.
Hey, you know what? I thought he was bad, but towards the end he got better. He probably out of all the trade guys, Trey Jones, Trey Jones was good right away, right? Then Zach Collins came along a little bit. He was the last one. Kevin Huerter, because he was playing awesome. I mean, they were everybody.
Not a 3 though, man. He's too small for a 3.
He played good later on. But I feel like he a bench player. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to bring Kevin Huerter off the bench. I think Isaac Okoro is more a starter. He's a 3-and-D. He's big. Like you said, he's long. He defends. I think that was a great move. I thought that was, but then like you said, Mike, like crying, like man,
yeah, like with Mitch Marner, with my guy, they complained for 4 years about Marner needs to go. He's trash. He doesn't perform well in the playoffs. You need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of the core 4, retire the core 4, for years. And now we finally get rid of the core 4. Oh my God, Mitch Marner doesn't want to stay. He's from Ontario. How could he just want to leave and not beg to stay here, even though we've pushed him out for 4 years?
Right.
The culture is uninformed, though, right? They don't watch sports. They watch highlights.
I agree. It must be that because I just don't understand your arguments.
Watching highlights not gonna give you a good perspective. If you ask them questions about,
casual, it ain't even funny. Like NFL girl, Mike, Smooth, we were real fans. Like we built, like y'all know sports. Like we could actually sit out with I've talked to a lot of professional athletes, but athletes will talk to me for the simple fact that I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not a casual fan. I'm not just I know shit. Like I know about how shit works, like just like y'all. But the problem is that everybody got a phone and Sports Center, and they think that just because they got access to all these sports shows and watch these sports shows that they know what they talking about. When these sports shows, people don't even know what they talking about.
And they'll even say shit like, oh, well, when I watched Stephen A. the other day, Stephen A. said, fuck what Stephen A. said. What did your eyeballs tell you? The fuck?
As soon as someone says this, I listen to Stephen A. You null and void. I'm
done talking to you.
Yeah, I'm done talking
to you.
Nick Wright. Or Nick Wright.
I'm done talking to you. I don't want to finish this conversation.
We're
having different conversations.
If you
I'm telling you what I saw them do on the field, on the ice. You understand?
With my
you
eyes.
talk about some shit. You talk about some shit that Stephen A. or fucking Nick Wright told you. Boy, bye. We're not finishing this
said about Mitch Marner, like, I get that he wants to leave, but the fact that he's so angry at Toronto.
He should be angry. I would be too. You told me for 4 years I was trash and I need to leave town.
Everyone's blaming Marner is the reason why
I'm gone.
Fuck out of here. Exactly. You'll fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just too much. They casual.
Yeah.
See,
I feel like
we dealing with fans. Fans are just
It's
excited,
different.
Weird.
Listen,
excited.
true story. When I
Mhm.
was working at NFL Network, there was, I won't put his name out there, but it was a recently retired cornerback. And he started talking to me in a line in the cafeteria or whatever. And I was like, and I don't know what came over me. And I was just like, I'm be honest with you, dude. I'm kind of glad you're retired. He was like, what? I was like, I'm sorry, but you sucked, especially the last 2 years. And this he respected the shit out of me because I was dead honest with him. He's like, man, you the first person that really said that shit. I was like, did you see your numbers the last 2 years, my dude? You ain't picked nothing on. The only thing you picked was your nose the last 2 years. What are you talking about? He and I were friends the whole time he worked there because he was like, yo, I respect the fuck out of you for being that open and honest with me.
Yeah, man.
Or whatever.
A fanboy or fangirl.
I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fangirl.
Right.
I'm not a casual
like fans, right?
Exactly. Like I follow this sport religiously. Look at my name. You understand? Like,
right.
understand.
And the reason I like talking to him because I felt like I was supposed to be one of y'all motherfuckers anyway. Shit, I played just as much basketball. I worked out just as hard. I did the only thing y'all made and I didn't. So when I look at them, I'm not even like overwhelmed. I'm looking at them like peers to me, kind of. Like, you know what I mean? I think they respect that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't like talking to him like, you know, like Daniel Marshall when I met him one time a while back. That was when he got traded to Toronto. Y'all remember when he played for Chicago and he got traded to Toronto?
Yeah.
And I saw him in the mall one day. And
I seen him in the mall actually here, oddly enough. He's tall as hell.
He's cool, man. He's a cool ass dude. And I asked him, I said, man, y'all was fucking up. You and Jalen. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I hated they trade you and Jalen. He's like, yeah. He goes, I know. He goes, Scott Skiles didn't like us. I'm like, I know, nigga. We can all tell. You know, but it's just cool, like just conversations like that, like they respect shit, like NFL girls, like telling the dude, like they respect shit like that.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Because they human beings too.
Some of them won't respect that though. You know,
but
I think the older players, like the newer ones.
Listen, no, it don't even got to do with age. It has to do with some of them are because of they're that celebrity. You understand? They're famous, and some of them it's gotten to their head. Dude, don't forget who you are and where you came from at the end of the day.
Right.
Remember, and most of them, I say at least 90%, it's flipped from what most people think it is. Most people think that athletes are all in their head. They're all of them are all stuck up. No, it's actually the reverse. It's only maybe about 10% of them. I say 5 to 10% of them that are big in celebrity and stuck in their own heads or whatever. 90% of them are just regular ass dudes that live regular ass lives. If you meet them in real life, they're just the nicest, sweetest, kindest, most thoughtful people that you would ever meet. You understand? You meet some of them. Derrick Henry, I met this man in person. He shook my hand. That big ass motherfucker, it was like a bear's paw in my hand. I look tiny as hell next to this 6'6", 270-pound dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
But they just
you gotta
the
tackle
nicest,
that guy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the nicest, friendliest, sweetest people you would ever meet in real life.
He seems like a good dude, though.
He's such a sweetheart. Just the nicest human being.
That what she's saying is right. My favorite person I think I ever met, like number one over everybody, dog, was Anthony Mason. Y'all remember Anthony Mason for the Knicks?
Yeah,
That was my favorite out of every man. He's number one, bro.
Man,
he's number one. I had on bullshit. And I had on my Bulls fit, and it was him and Patrick Ewing and Hubert Davis getting ice cream, bro. And I just happened to run into him, and I had on all these Bulls, and they were looking at me. That's how we exchanged. But I was talking shit. Because nobody tell me, nigga, I'm Jordan. Had on every Bulls thing, and we beat y'all every year. So ain't nothing you can tell me. You know what I mean? We eliminate you every year. So what you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that was just a cool interaction, though. But like NFL girl said, man, they are. And a matter of fact, this one lady, y'all know, the kind of people I'm talking about. She just bars right in front of us. Says, I need to take a picture with him and my son. He's like, I don't take pictures. And lady, you rude. You know what I mean? Like. Just jump in front of me, we take pictures. He's like, no, I don't do that. And he kept talking to me, and I respected that. You know what I'm saying? That put him on top of me. But
that is honestly how most of them are in real life. My favorite one is when I met Terrell Davis in real life, and I'm telling you, inside, I'm fanning girl out. I promise you, because y'all know that's my favorite player all the time. Yes, I do know that. Yeah. So internally, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like screaming like a little girl. So I was like, yes, very nice to meet you. I've been a fan, or whatever. Nicest, sweetest human being. This is before he got into the Hall of Fame. He was like, I said, I feel bad you haven't got in yet. He was like, hey, I appreciate that you. I said, listen, I've followed your whole career, everything. Nice, sweetest thing. He was like, listen, start a petition. I'd love to get in or whatever. He ended up getting in a few years later. But like, when I tell you, nicest, kindest, most thoughtful, sweetest human being I ever met. And like I said, internally in your head, because you expect all of them to be that jackass or whatever.
Yeah.
Most of them are just the nicest people. They know where they came from. They know what got them there. And they appreciate that there are fans that aren't going to, like how VO said with the woman that's like, I need to take a picture with you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Just be cool. Most of them are just cool. They just trying to live their life. This was just something that for them, that's just part of their life. You understand? They took the thing that they were good at since Pee-wee football and made it their career. But for them, it's a career. That's all it is. It's like people ask me, what's it like to work in sports? It's a job, y'all. Do I like watching sports all day long? I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell y'all that I don't love the fact that I get to watch sports all day long.
Because you'd be lying if you said you didn't.
But at the same time, it is a job. Oh, yeah. You understand? And the fact that I know their stats and I know their playing career and I know that thing, I think that if anything, it makes people respect you more because you're not a casual fan and you do know what you're talking about.
Not a fan.
Well said.
Not a fan, exactly.
Well, so yeah, there are. Yeah, I agree with that. There's too many of those fans out there, and they all need to.
And
like the guy talking crazy to the one like we talked about like last week, y'all, about the fan talking
about
crazy
his mom,
to the player. Like people. That's the people.
Listen,
like that.
Listen, that's where we, like you said, last week's conversation of the fact that people are getting reckless with how they talk to people, and going online and being like, I hope your dog dies. I hope your son gets cancer. I hope this. What the fuck is wrong with you people? These are human beings at the end of the day.
They got a little, yeah.
You understand?
Scared, if you went to their job and did the same thing, how would they feel?
Exactly. If I showed up at
if I showed up at burgers, we're just going
if I showed up at your
burgers better.
Right. If I showed up at your motherfucking Starbucks and smacked that cup of coffee over, your ass wouldn't be happy. And I told you was trash. Exactly.
Slap it out
there. They realize they forget that it's a real world out here.
Exactly. Like, and these are real people.
You have a job as well. If somebody came and heckled you at your job, how would that feel?
Yeah, I mean, they were threatening like
those are the fans that come up
playoffs. The goalie for Edmonton, they were threatening his family, threatening to kill his family, all this crazy shit. I'm like, yo, y'all are wild.
It was a player for the Padres last year. Y'all gonna have to remind me of who it was. Ooh. He got hurt in at the nightclub, and then a fan in San Diego after a game, he had a poor game. He told him that motherfucker should have finished the job in front of that nightclub.
See what I'm saying?
And them is the fans that's approaching them.
Are you out your mind?
People like us. It's them.
No.
Like that's why they appreciate people like NFL Girl and other fans that approach them, because those kind of fans are the one that's approaching them, not people like us. Like we're real, like we're real reserved, right?
Yeah,
right. But it's them kind of fans that's running up to them talking about you suck with their phones in their face, and shit, and
wanting them to react.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Like, no, that's why that's tripping, man.
And I also feel like if you out with your family, I'm not going to approach you. I've been out places and seen, athletes or celebrities and stuff like, if they with their family and they out to dinner, bro, let them have their space. They just trying to be normal. They just trying to live their life. What they do exactly. Fame came with what they do. Exactly. If your job suddenly got famous, and there was cameras at your little funky restaurant every single day, or your funky little office job every single day, and then folks ran into you at the grocery store, you would be like, "What the fuck?"
Be like, "Man, you seasoning that burger terribly. What are you doing,
right?
Bro?
I'll season that
burger. Tell everybody how you bag them groceries. You trash.
Exactly.
You over season that pasta. You need to season that pasta. You throw that pasta out. What are you, a child?
Damn, that data entry you was doing the other day at your job.
What, you got baby hands? You can't see pasta better?
Really? Dude, you look like you only type 4 words a minute. Damn, you trash at your
man.
job.
I can do that. I can type 10 words.
Go and throw a beer at him while they doing data entry.
Yeah. While they on the phone, just throw a beer at them. Straight up.
You suck. Do better at your job, sorry ass.
Man, they on the phone making a deal. I just go up with a beer,
Amazing. I love it. We should do that. We should like just go find some fans and just be right there just because.
Right, exactly. Throwing popcorn and hot dogs at them.
Exactly. All right, so we're wrapping up.
Excuse me?
Any pop culture, any last words? I mean, we don't have any rap beefs to talk about. I mean, I think the Nas and Jim Jones.
Nah, we don't have none of that.
So we're not going to talk about your friend's his boob job. We're not going to talk about his ab job.
Who's boob job and ab job?
We're not going to talk about Drake's
James. That dude is the LeBron James of rap music.
I'm sorry, he has what? I don't know. What is this?
I want to talk about that.
Y'all don't want to talk about Drake?
This nigga
I don't know nothing about
LeBron James.
Oh, please tell me you have not seen the photo of Drake with his abs. Drake got his abs. Drake's got his abs done a second time, y'all.
Wait, he had his abs done once already?
This culture,
yes.
This culture and
this is
body
his
change
second
and body
ab surgery.
is ridiculous. This
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
That's a thing.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, though. I can't do it.
I can't either.
I can't, bro. I can't.
I don't even. I'm just discovering this now. I didn't even know this was a real thing.
Oh, please tell me you haven't seen the photo.
No, I haven't. I legit not heard of this.
I can't. This nigga is the most. He even LeBron James are like the same.
I like it.
They are the same. Like if you're not talking about them, some problem.
He has fake abs, basically.
Hold on, I'm about to send it to you right now.
Oh Lord,
so Jesus. You can see it for yourself.
I cannot wait. The excitement is killing me to see Drake's fake abs that he has. Man,
you'll love it.
Hey, usually I don't roast people in the comments, but I had to roast this one nigga because he was trying to. He had that song "They Not Like Us" on one side, and he had Family Matters on the other side, right? And he was showing how Not Like Us was written by a lot of people. Like, you know how you have a lot of credit, like for songwriters? And then he was showing how Family Matters just had Aubrey, right? And so
what in the hell?
So the nigga was trying to say, hold on, I'm gonna let you get to that, but this nigga was trying to say that, well, look at all the ghostwriters for Kendrick and look at Aubrey. I got on that comment, I got in that nigga ass. I said, look, motherfucker, if you know anything about music, that's credits don't mean writer. It means the samples they use, the music they use.
Exactly. And the sample is different.
Right. They're not the writers, dumbass.
And anytime you sample a song nowadays, because remember this happened way back in the 90s. That was you had to give them the writing credit because they wrote the original song that you had the sample off of. They didn't mean they wrote the song. They mean that's where the song came from.
I had
stupid ass.
And then I told that nigga, I said, that just goes to show you how selfish this motherfucker is. He wrote just his name in there, like he was the only one that had to do that song. We know
that's why people get sued. And that's why people get sued.
Exactly.
That just goes to show you how much of a narcissist this nigga is.
Exactly.
Like he didn't even want to put any of the other, names in there. He just put Aubrey. Like, nigga, you weren't the only one on that damn song.
You ain't do it by yourself. Like, come on, man.
Drake's abs look like someone drew the abs.
That just showed you right there what kind of nigga he is, dog. That right there.
I mean,
that's a good example, VO. The LeBron James of that, right?
I agree.
Listen, Drake, if you're gonna get fake abs, then at least make sure that they're drawn properly or done properly.
Not just that.
If you want to get abs, if you got to make sure that the rest of the body match. Look at your shoulders. Look at the arms. Look at his back.
It looks like,
bruh, that shit don't match.
It looks like
abs
someone
is
drew
last.
his abs.
BBL
is last.
He got BBL abs.
So instead of a BBL, he got an ABL.
There you go.
What is he doing?
He got ABL.
Boy, what is you doing? What are we doing? He doubled down because last time he did ab etching where it was like it barely showed. This time he went with the full implants. Bruh, no.
I know one thing. You better stop talking about T-Pain though. T-Pain, my nigga. I like T-Pain.
What did he say about T-Pain?
Because T-Pain said T-Pain said Drake need to use whole damn advice and bow out silently. You know what I mean? He said he need to go. And so Drake got all offended and talking shit about it, but T-Pain was right. He said you should use your advice.
Listen, to keep it a bean, most people in Toronto feel the same way y'all are just saying about Drake, so it's not like we don't like Drake.
Man, you're a narcissist, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Kendrick came here last month and sold out both nights.
Canadians ain't even defending you no more.
Canadians aren't
the problem.
They're not. You might find like 3 Canadians out of like 100 that would say Drake is cool.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. The nigga got some jams too. He got some jams.
Original sports T-shirts that say "Do not get ABL." And then
You know what? I just want to explain to this nigga like, look, man, look. I want to explain to this nigga like, look, you made some good music.
He did.
And you ruining your legacy with this shit, dog.
Bingo.
Like just
Just
like
stop.
you got hits, bro.
Stop.
Like it ain't like you trash. You got jammed. Like
VO
there's
to
a
a
lot of
point
shit
that you
I
made
like.
a few weeks ago. All you gotta do is just go and make R&B songs and you're good. That's it.
If
Just
he
make
make more
R&B
shit like
Listen,
Nokia, he good.
if you
The Nokia shit was rocking.
listen, go away for like a year, maybe 2 at the most, and during that time, write some new hits and stuff like that, record a new album, and then come back out. Allow all this shit to die down because people nowadays got the attention span of a flea anyway.
That part.
So let all this shit die off.
Yes.
Instead, he doubling, tripling
Comeback
down,
story.
and making it worse.
Don't write no tough music. Don't write no tough
He's
music.
he's doing his concert here next month.
Exactly.
Because he does
You right.
OVO
No,
Fest here every month, and he's doing it apparently again. I'm like, why are you doing OVO Fest, bro? Just don't do OVO
No,
Fest.
just
Exactly.
and just do dance music. Don't do no tough raps.
Yeah, to your
You don't
point.
want
Right.
that. You don't want no tough
Just
Drake.
go. You have all
Ain't
the
nobody
Just
believing
go
you.
and radio hits. Do radio.
Yeah,
Do
like
radio hits.
yeah. Go
But
disappear.
I'm saying, like, go disappear for like
For a
2
year and a
years,
half.
write all that, right? Yeah, year and a half, 2 years, and write a bunch of radio hits, come back with a
Radio
killer
hits,
album.
yeah.
You understand?
And
Yeah,
yeah.
and
And
stay
everybody
right
will
there. Stay in
forget
that
all
lane.
this nonsense that's
And
going
stay in that
on
lane.
and
Don't
stay in
come out
that
Stay
lane.
in that lane.
Yeah.
There you go. You not
Don't do fake
hardcore. And
abs.
listen, we ain't mad at you that you not hardcore. That ain't the reason you got fans anyway.
Everybody has their lane, right? Stay in your lane. That's
Absolutely.
it.
Because Quiet as Kept, Nokia was jamming. Everybody was bumping it. So you know
Right.
what I mean? So it wasn't like people say, oh, I ain't playing Nokia. Nokia was getting played everywhere. So he should have just stay right there. You
Right.
get back in good people's good graces because Nokia is jamming. I like it. So and because you're not talking tough,
Folks
'cause
is
nobody
yeah,
believes you.
folks
You know
is
what I mean?
rocking out to Hotline
Yeah.
Bling.
Radio hit
You
guy.
understand? Right.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with that.
No.
If anything, you making more money because hardcore, it's hard to be a
play on the
breakout
radio.
artist in that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't
You're
make
not
no
gonna
more
get a lot of
first-person
radio.
shooter. Don't make no
Unless
more.
you
Bingo.
got XM, unless you got XM radio, and everybody don't have that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
No more first-person shooter. No more of that. Nothing like
Right.
No more Call of Duty.
that. Yeah, no more. Yeah, no more. Like you see that video, right? Where he just standing there in all black and all that. No, we don't want no more of that.
Yeah, no, stop it.
You know that
That's
ain't
not you.
That's not you.
Yeah,
Right.
We know that ain't
Drake,
you, dog.
knowing his
Surround-
weird ass, he probably won't stop.
Right. Surround yourself with a bunch of baddies, you know, and have a bunch of songs that's gonna make them dance. We're for, like, you know, ain't that what Kendrick told him? I like it when you write them songs that make me wave my hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make a
Quiet
bunch
as
of
Kept, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like more Kendrick. I like more Drake than Kendrick. I ain't gonna lie. I have more songs I like from Drake than I do Kendrick. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But he going out bad.
Exactly.
just-
Going out
just-
sad.
Like, and I hate it. You know what I mean? Because not like us is jamming, but
Yeah.
it ain't jamming for as many times they play it. But you know, but at the same time though, I get it. But Drake, if I want to keep it a buck and keep it 100, I have way more songs with Drake that I like than I do with Kendrick. You know what I mean?
There's
That's
nothing
just-
wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
It's
Because
nothing
he's a
wrong with
radio
that.
hit guy. Radio
Yeah,
hit.
that part.
Exactly.
That's why, B.O.
It's and
Most of the stuff
honestly,
with
you
Kendrick,
probably
Drake
heard
won't hear on the
it.
radio.
Exactly.
But I didn't even like that Tequila Butterfly album. That to me, that felt like that was so overrated. Like it was okay. I guess it wasn't what I was looking for, what I was listening for. But everyone said I talked about how great that album was. I'm just like,
But once again,
damn was better. Damn was better.
B.O., who you dealing with? Fans. That's why they told you, right?
Bingo.
Well
So if you're
said.
dealing with a real music person, they just said maybe not.
Well said.
Right.
Well said. All right. Well, I guess that would be a perfect segue to wrap up this lovely conversation that we had. It was a really good one. Really good conversation.
was.
Like really great.
Yeah. it was.
So we're signing off this is our 10th episode actually. Pretty much.
Hey.
It's our 10th. We already hit 10 episodes.
Get in and get in.
Crazy. So we got
That's dominoes
More to
right
come.
there, boy.
more content coming up. We're gonna have to figure out the NFL season how we're gonna do this because obviously, you know, their schedules and stuff. But we'll figure that out when we get there. We'll cross that
Maybe
bridge.
how y'all doing on Saturday?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
I
probably go on
work
Friday.
Saturday. I work on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm off on Sundays.
What time? Well, maybe we can do Sunday morning.
If we do
Yeah,
it Sunday
okay, what-
before the game, yeah.
Yeah,
If
we'll
we
do it
do
Sunday
it,
before
That
the
might
game.
be dope. That'll be
Yeah.
dope. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do
Let's
it.
do that.
So don't worry, people. We're still gonna be doing the podcast every Sunday. We'll just have to figure out the times and all that.
We'll
jazz.
figure
But
it
We
out.
just gotta
We'll
get
figure
through
it
the
out.
month of July. You know
Yes.
what? We always talk about ain't no sports. All we gotta do, I figured it out. I calculated for us, guys. I did.
All right.
We just gotta get through the month of July.
Well,
Football is in
in
August.
2 weeks.
In 2
training
weeks.
camp's open. In 2 weeks, training
Yeah.
camp's open, so we good. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So this
we on the
This is going to be the
downstretch. We on the
dope season
downhill.
summer, y'all.
We're gonna
You know,
get through it, y'all. Now y'all
We'll get
then
through
y'all
it.
gonna
It's
hear
okay,
from
but
us.
we're here. We're going to
Yeah.
still entertain y'all regardless. We're
But
entertaining
VO,
people.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to start
Yeah.
talking about fantasy sports as well. So
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
fantasy coming up.
Me
Yeah.
being
So
the
what I'm
champion that I
I'm
am.
thinking, because I don't
He's
know if
being
I'm
the champion
doing-
than I am. So you
No,
know,
what I'm thinking. So we'll talk about this off camera about our plans, but we're going to sign off now.
Hell yeah.
But y'all
All
take care. This is Big Mike, Smooth, NFL Girl, everybody. Oh yeah,
Take it
NFL
easy.
Girl's got her podcast, Survivor Podcast. She can send me the link. I'll put the link in the description so y'all can check out her podcast as well and show her some love as well, because she does some dope shit on her own as well. And we'll be back next week
Got us.
talking
See you
about
next
some other
week.
shit. So we are out. Peace.
Hey,
See ya.
Peace
I
out.
want to say one more thing. Can I say one thing before we
Go
leave?
ahead. Go ahead.
I want to say one thing. Hey, I want us to give all our thoughts and prayers to everybody in the Hill Country, man, to those 50
Absolutely.
plus
Well
people that
said.
lost their lives and the
Thoughts and
27 that's
prayers to
still missing
everybody in
out there.
Texas.
You know,
Absolutely.
so,
Amen.
Prayers
so
go
I
up.
just want to say thoughts and prayers to them, because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
Amen. Thoughts and prayers to them, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all take care.
Peace.
We're out.
Love y'all, family.